Good evening, folks. Welcome back to yet another late night live stream here on the D-Hall channel. Hope y'all been doing well. Tonight, guess what? You're never gonna guess. It's more Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies. We're gonna see how far we can get in the trial, the last one. Now, I am aware of this right here, DLC. I'll probably get around to doing it after that, after I finish this main campaign, which shouldn't take too long. But I won't be able to stream for a while in a week. I think I can stream for like until the next week, but you know, I have like my holiday vacation and all that. So let me see if my stream is actually doing okay. Yeah, it's doing all right. I don't know, sometimes Twitch Stream Manager kind of just doesn't respond. Anyway, yeah, my goal at least is to finish the main game before I leave for a little bit. Anyway, we left off at our insights here. Around 3 p.m., Father was waiting in the tomb to make the hostage exchange. Yeah, you were indeed sipping your grape juice? Question mark? Wine? Sour. It was sour, yes. Smelled incense, that makes sense. I mean, it's everywhere in here. Footsteps. Is that your own footsteps? Man's voice. He was drinking grape juice while gazing upon the picture of the Holy Mother. Were you doing that though? No, he was like just staring down. He wasn't staring at anything. I guess that could be interpreted as drinking while staring at the Holy Mother. He kind of looked at her and then got up. Pain. Suddenly he heard Dirk's voice. It was just Man's voice, not Dirk. At that moment, he was stabbed in the back and collapsed. Father tried to shoot his attacker, but he missed. Explosion. Laughter. I wonder why it's explosion and not gunshot, because explosion is a very specific kind of descriptor, you know? Do I refute this one? Is Rafa just unaware of what wine is? Maybe that's it. Maybe Rafa just doesn't know what wine is. He's like, oh yes, it must be grape juice. I feel like that doesn't matter though. What's the game's rating? I mean, people get fucking murdered in this game. It can't be higher than, well, it can't be lower than teen. And you can put alcohol references in teen games, right? mean, there's like blood and fucking guns everywhere, man. All the grape juice Hobo Phoenix was downing? Wait, they said he was downing grape juice? Did I completely forget that? Bro is at the bar playing piano and drinking grape juice? What a weird line to draw, you know? It's like... Why avoid alcohol references at this point, you know? Especially since this is like post-localization, right? You'd think that a Western audience would not like care as much. Because, you know, my first thought was, you know, maybe it's like a Japanese thing. Like maybe their rating system is a little more severe on alcohol references. A gun never gave you a hangover? Wouldn't be a very good gun then, would it? If it just gave you a hangover. Also, what's up, Money Money? I feel like this one is... Stabbed in the back and collapsed. Okay, sure. Still heard footsteps. Now, why would you close your eyes and then shoot? This is all very strange. Okay, so I feel like this one is fine. I don't need to worry about this. Grape juice, I mean, whatever. Sure. You heard Dirk's voice. You'd think that he'd be able to recognize Dirk's voice instead of just like man's voice. So let's pause here. Maybe we can try to suss this out.
Objection!
That work? I think that worked. I'm something of a investigative genius myself. Your benevolence, there seems to be an inconsistency in your interpretation. An inconsistency? Where? Minister Inga is far too relaxed for what was supposedly about to take place. Yeah, it was just chilling, you know, sipping on his little grape juice. When he heard the voice you claim is Dirk's, he didn't seem the least bit alarmed. He just kept looking at the picture of the founder. Huh. That's strange, right? He was waiting for Dirk to arrive with the founder's orb. But when he heard that voice, he didn't even turn to look. Don't you think he would have been worried about being attacked from behind? Then whose voice was it? It was likely someone whose presence wouldn't have alarmed him. One of his goons, someone like a friend.
Objection!
The dude has friends? There was no third party at the scene of the crime. Therefore, the voice can only have belonged to Dirk. The voice of a third party who wasn't there in the tomb. Of a man. Apollo, don't we have something that can reveal the owner of the mystery voice? You know, I think we do. We do? Something that Inga had while he was waiting for Dirk. Something that Inga had. Did he have a phone? Oh, he did. With it, we just might be able to figure out whose voice it was. I believe we can identify the male voice Minister Inga heard with this. Right? Point out the picture? I guess we don't have the phone anywhere in our stash directly. So go with this.
Take that!
That's my father's. I know this must be hard for you, but could you please look at this photo? Look at this photograph. Something here that can point us toward the identity of the voice. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. Who are you chatting with? A cell phone? Right. I believe that the voice the minister heard was of a call on this cell phone. I see. Well, that certainly makes sense. What is your eminence's view on the matter? I concede this possibility. Then it seems I must refine my vision. She's taking these revisions well. That's character growth. It appears that the voice belonged to one of my father's subordinates. Why do you suppose he was talking to one of them then? My father had members of the secret police positioned throughout the palace. They were supposed to contact him as soon as they saw Dirk and the rest of you. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. It's odd how Dirk seemed to appear like out of nowhere, you know? Your benevolence, I believe you have an insight to revise. I know, Barbed Head. Don't presume to tell me how to do my duty. So the voice was coming from the phone. That's good to know. There might have been other sounds coming from the phone. Sounds that could be clues. Let's take another look at Rafa's insights and really focus on the various sensations. Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of this now. Okay. Focus on sounds, right? Sour? That sounds sour. It's the sound of incense. No. I feel like all the sounds are the same color, right? Footsteps. Well, that can't be from the phone. Stabbed in the back and collapsed. Lion's roar. What the fuck? Wait, that wasn't there before, was it? Don't think it was? Yeah, I'm like, I feel like I would have noticed if it was there. Okay, interesting. Oh, I know what that would have been. It's a warbad. It's the bird with the lion roar sound that they kept on playing. I was like, why would they make it sound like that? That's why. My brain is massive. Now, the problem with this is that I don't think there's anything obvious for me to like refute, you know? Do I need to have like the right statement? Oh, okay. So here, she says it's from the palace, but because of the roar, we know that it's probably from the bazaar, because that's the only warbad that we've seen. So...
Objection!
Easy peasy. I hate to break it to your benevolence, but you misinterpreted something again. What do you mean? Again? Smooth move, Apollo. I think you just hurt her feelings. She may put on a brave face, but she feels more than she lets on. Let me rephrase that, your benevolence. Damn. Phoenix Wright just called me Rizless. Your interpretation of your father's phone call to his subordinate at the palace is inconsistent with this final memory. What do you mean by that? The lion's roar could be heard from over the phone. Don't you find that strange? I find it strange that this appeared out of nowhere. Like, revising your insights, how would that uncover a brand new sensation? Revising your insights just changes Rafa's interpretation of it. It doesn't change what you see in the first place. Whatever. I feel like that might be the first time they've actually like done that. In this little mini game. You claim the call was with someone at the palace. Let me ask you, do you keep lions there? No, the only animals at the palace are little birdies and my pet frog. She has a pet frog. That's adorable. Wait, that giant one from the minister's house is her pet? It is? That's a great pet. Besides, there aren't any lions in Crane. We don't even have any zoos. A rather sad state of affairs, I'm afraid. Well, I remember hearing a sound like that. The lion's roar coming from the phone is actually from something hanging out in the bazaar. Isn't that the cry of the warbat over in the bazaar? Ah. Your benevolence? Do you think you can clarify the voice for me? Very well. I will now attempt to further refine my vision. There you go, warbat's cry. Slam. Just as I suspected. It was the call of a warbat. Wait, what do you mean? How does this even work? Does Rifle like do this spiritually? Does she like focus more? That reveals more details. I think that's how it works. Which would make things make a little more sense. That means the subordinate minister Inga was talking to was in the bazaar, not the palace. But why is it important where the call came from? What significance could it have? She's right. Is it important to know where the call was made from? I think it's very important. It's actually very important. Knowing that the person on the other end was at the bazaar means that the loud explosion might not have been the sound of a gunshot. True. But I can think of no other item that makes such a noise in the area. Oh, wait, didn't Dots, like, set off fireworks earlier? Go ahead, Apollo. Tell her. Tell him, Apollo. Tell Ray for the real source of that sound. Phoenix knows. I know. We all know. Well, Hornhead, I'm waiting. What was the true source of that explosive sound? Do we have it? Oh, firecracker. There we go.
Take that!
What is that? It's I'll be your guide's statement. In it, he claims that Dot's a rebel threw a firecracker at him while he was at the bazaar. Then... Yes, the sound heard over the phone was a firecracker exploding. Ah!
Objection!
And yet, a bullet was found at the scene of the crime. A bullet fired from Minister Inga's gun. How do you explain that? It could simply be fired after he died. I mean, it only shows his final moments, right? Like, he could go unconscious and then you'd easily fire it after. And you wouldn't know. Well, we don't know whether it was fired during the course of the crime, right? Do you have evidence that proves when the pistol was discharged? No, I have none. Wait a second. If that loud bang was a firecracker, could that laugh at the end have been It can't be. Oh, it's Dots. Oh, it can. And it is. The laugh came from none other than... Uncle. The Joker who got a kick out of startling Albie with his dragon snot snaps. Oh my god. That happy-go-lucky Dot's a rebel. Bro is the worst, like... Bro is the worst rebel in history. He just, like, sets off random fireworks. Like, he's gonna... The dude would get put down on the spot. And he's just, like, goofing around. I respect the energy, I suppose. Someone should really put a leash on that guy. I shudder to think how one man can be the cause of so much trouble. Har 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 har. Wait, he's here? Hey there, AJPW, you can thank me later. No one asked for your commentary, Mr. Arable. Your benevolence, you need to revise your insight. Wait, they're not arresting him? It would appear so. Yep. The bazaar. Shoot the attacker. Final laugh belonged to none other than Dots himself. Wow, that's a lot revised. Well, this changes everything. Let's go over the details of Rafa's insight again. Okay. I think I've got this down now. Time to find another inconsistency. Okay, what changed? Subordinate in the bazaar, stabbed in the back and collapsed. Source of that loud bang was a firecracker Dots threw. Footsteps. Subordinate's voice. Corbat's cry. Dog's bark. Yep. Pain. More footsteps. Explosion. Laughter. Huh. See, now I can't find anything obviously wrong. Stabbed in the back. So that's Dirk's blood. Pain medication. So Inga, I think Inga took this earlier, right? So if he was stabbed in the back, why would he feel pain? I think we already discussed how, like, there's a possibility that Inga was already attacked before coming to the... Coming to the sanctum? Tomb, rather? So maybe the feeling of pain was just his painkillers wearing off, to be honest. Look at the picture again. Yeah, he was indeed bleeding from his back. Alright, let me see if this does anything.
Objection!
No. Alright, yeah, roast me. Huh, okay. Huh, it's a lot harder now. Footsteps. Subordinate's voice. Or bats cry. Step in the back and collapsed. Sure. Footsteps. Hmm. Explosion, laughter, nothing. Man, this is tough. I'm really trying to like focus on everything here. And it's incense. Incense is there the whole time. Let me try to see how the incense is doing, you know? More bats cry, okay. Dogs bark, okay. Pain, sure. Hmm. What the fuck is going on here? What do I do? I am at a loss. What statements have we got? We had Albie's statement, right? Around 2 p.m. Wait a sec, I just saw something. Time of death is approximately 3 p.m. Wait a sec. Wait a sec. Hold up. Bro is already dead. So do I select? No, I can't select evidence. I have to pick the sensation. Is it this?
Objection!
Oh, no. Is it close? I think I'm onto something here. Pain. Pretty sure I selected the right thing. Maybe I can try again.
Objection!
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Guess it doesn't really contradict it. Oh. I'm stupid. This is here the whole time. Yep, it says 3 p.m. right there.
Objection!
In benevolence, there's a glaring problem with this insight. There is? You stated that the murder happened at around 3 p.m., which is right around the time my client arrived on the scene. However, now that we know what the source of the loud bang is, your insight conflicts with a certain piece of evidence. I suppose I have to ask the obvious here. What evidence conflicts with the claim that the murder occurred at 3 p.m.? Oh shit, we're at 1 life. Well, I mean, this one's easy, right? Colby's statement says it's at 2 p.m.
Take that!
Colby, your guard's statement. Again? Yes, because to summarize what he said. At around 2 p.m., Shadow was surprised by a firecracker and ran into the palace courtyard. Oh, thanks for the drink water. Okay. Around 2 p.m. That's right. 2 p.m. Not 3 p.m. Ah! Are you suggesting... Oh, I like this little, this pose. It's funny. Digging her nails in the desk. Not a fan of her design, but she animates pretty well, I suppose. I think you know where I'm going with this. Tots' laugh, the crack of the war bat, and the bang of the firecracker were all heard right before Minister Inga's death. Thanks to Albie's statement, we can put a definitive timestamp on all of these sounds. Therefore, what this vision shows is that it's extremely likely that the deceased's final moments were at 2 rather than 3, as we had originally thought. Ah. So this can't be Dirk, right? Because Dirk was nowhere near the tomb at that time. Because Dirk only went in around 3, right? And so whoever this is actually someone trying to take advantage of Inga's prosopagnosia with a disguise. And whoever killed him pulled in, actually, I'm Snake. Wait, no, actually, I'm Santa. That's what happened. Pretty good. Dare I ask? Means the murder took place a whole hour before Dirk entered the tomb. How can this be? Are you saying that I, the very personification of the law, have been mistaken? Holy shit. Yeah. Fucking break your nails. Now you see why justice will always prevail. She's flopping before our very eyes. Peace, peace I say. Now then, defense. I must remind you that the figure of the accused was clearly shown in the vision. How do you explain that? I wouldn't say it was clearly shown, after all. figure didn't actually have a face. Ah, you are absolutely right. Without a face, we can't be certain of who it was. Furthermore, need I remind you that if the vision is from 2 p.m., Dirk was still with me and Mr. Wright, which means this faceless figure couldn't possibly be him. So then, what are we to make of this 1 hour difference? I mean, at this point, we can easily prove him, like, not guilty, right? Because he's essentially proven is innocent. He has an alibi. But, you know, this is Ace Attorney, so we gotta find the real killer. What else? Our dad's gonna go get hung. Wait, 2 o'clock? That's when my mother was performing the rite of channeling. Oh, that's how you astral projected. Oh, the palace guards have all been reassigned to guard the channeling chamber for the rite. Don't tell me it was you, Garon. The royal residence, it would have been virtually unguarded. Which means the real killer would have easily slipped unseen into Mara's tomb. Vance, are you saying that this is someone disguised as the accused? That's exactly what I believe, Your Majesty. If it's not Garon, if she is busy with her channeling, like if she's not astral projecting, I can't really figure out who it could be. Oh shit. There is only one other person in the tomb. Maya. It can't be her, right? There's no way. Maya disguised as Dirk? Oh, that would be crazy.
Objection!
Maya wouldn't hurt a fly. Maybe not Maya herself, but she might have channeled someone, though. Preposterous. Disguises cannot deceive the memories of the dead. But the face did not appear this time as mere happenstance. Had it appeared, such subterfuge would have been clear as day. He's got a point there. Anyone who knows about the divination seance would have tried to hide their face. Nevertheless, our killer openly appeared before Inga. Question is, why? It's to throw us off. Throw the divination seance off. Apollo. Maybe the killer could afford to be so bold, because they knew their face wouldn't show up in the seance vision. What? Phoenix Wright knows. Man, why am I not playing as him? I know why. It's because this is Apollo's trial. But the dude has all the answers. Might as well take over at this point. It's possible that the killer dared to dress in Dirk's clothes, stand square in front of Inga, precisely because they knew they could get away with it. How could anyone be so sure of something like that? A long time ago, I heard of a cognitive disorder that impairs a person's ability to distinguish between different faces. What if Inga had it? Then, are you saying that this is literally how Inga saw the world? Yes. We can't normally see through the eyes of others, but in this case we can. And if he had that disorder, I imagine this is how faces appeared to him in life. Huh. So everyone looked like the Holy Mother, kinda. Okay, let's say that the killer knew that Inga had such a disorder. Definitely use that to pin the crime on Dirk. But if you're wondering about how to prove that Inga had it, you already have what you need. Really? I do. Well, defense, do you have anything to show to this court? Yes, I believe so. Frankly, I have no idea what Mr. Wright means, but I'll look the evidence over again. What explains why the face of Minister Inga's killer is absent in his seance vision? I have it right here. Inga notepad.
Take that!
A notepad? Yes, it was found in Minister Inga's room, and it holds the answer we're looking for. As you can see, it's filled with detailed notes on various individuals. What kind of clothes they wear, hairstyles, and other discerning physical characteristics. And this is connected to the faceless nature of the killer. How? The vision we saw was exactly what Minister Inga saw with his own eyes. It is he who saw his killer as a person without a face. In fact, this is how he normally saw everyone around him. What's this? I believe Minister Inga had a disorder that prevented him from recognizing faces. It would explain the faceless being, and why he needed a notepad full of people's physical characteristics. Now that I think about it, my father was always terrible at remembering people. By something changing my hairstyle, he would fail to recognize even me. Your Eminence, you knew that your husband had such a disorder, didn't you? He never wished for it to become public knowledge. But I suppose there is no use in keeping quiet about it now. It is as you say. My late husband had a special disorder that hindered his ability to recognize faces. The medical term for it is prosopagnosia. There's the word. So Mr. Wright was right. He is. That's his name. The memories of those afflicted with such disorders in life do appear strange at times. There's precedence for this. Oh, so she's done a seance for someone with that before? So the killer likely knew about the disorder and used it to their advantage. Right, so there's someone who is both knowledgeable about the divination seance and aware of Inga's affliction. I wonder who it could be. Your Eminence, who knew about your husband's condition? A small number of servants who tended to his needs. And me. Surely you're not about to insinuate that I committed this crime. Oh, no, Your Eminence. Still, could she have done it? Garon has an alibi, remember? Oh, right. She was conducting the rite of channeling at 2 p.m. In that case, it was one of your goons. Your Eminence, does Nena know about Minister Inga's disorder? Of course she does. She's our head servant. Oh, she put her nails back on. So as head servant, she knew about Minister Inga's condition. And as the princess's personal attendant, she is familiar with the divination seance. If these two facts together don't make her a possible suspect, I don't know what would.
Objection!
There's no way she's the actual killer. We're falling into her trap. You witless lawyer, how quick you are to forget the facts. Facts like, when Inga was last seen alive, you claim he was slain at 2, yet that is impossible. Well, Rafa saw him at 2:30. We did completely forget about that. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. No, there must be some mistake. So you see, the murder could only have happened at 3 p.m. Wait, how was that possible if he heard the explosion and dog barking and everything? The hour Dirk entered the tomb, there is no other answer to this puzzle. Why don't we ever get to make up answers like Garon makes up laws? Guess it's back to square one. But where do we go wrong? I don't think we are the problem. We just seem to be short one piece of the puzzle. Our deductions so far explain everything to a T. Everything except for Inga's sighting at 2:30. See, without that final puzzle piece, all of our deductions fall apart. Hollow. Inga's sighting is the only abnormality. We'll just have to find a way to make it fit into the bigger picture. Maybe it wasn't actually Inga. Everything outside the box then, right? Let's see. It would be impossible to see Inga walking around after he'd been killed. What if there was a way to make people think he was alive, even though he was dead? A way to make people witness the living dead? Sounds like some kind of TV show. Things like that don't happen in real life. Like spirit channeling. kill him and immediately channel him. That's crazy, bro. Oh. Ah. Apollo, did you just... I did. I figured it out. I know how to make people witness the living dead. Your Majesty, our deductions weren't wrong after all. Despite Minister Inga being murdered at 2 p.m., he was seen heading into the tomb at 2:30, and I'll tell you how. I certainly hope you will, because I have no idea what you're talking about. Minister Inga, her benevolent saw, was, in fact, someone channeling him. It was the deceased being channeled. It's the only way a man who was already dead could have been seen by her benevolence. Channeled, you say? That's right. There are only 2 people capable of spirit channeling here in Wright. Her Eminence Queen Garon and Maya Fey. It's possible that one of them was channeling the minister. It would seem that you are ever bent on making me party to this crime. Because you are. Fucking Power Rangers villain knockoff. Prosecutor, what was I doing at 2:30 p.m.? The time at which my husband was seen. Evidence. I believe you had completed the channeling rite and were having tea with King of the neighboring realm. There would have been many attendants there too. Nayuta has to keep up with her schedule too. Ugh, what doesn't she make him do? And that leaves only Maya. Well, it could be Maya. I mean, after all, if the guy's already dead, that doesn't necessarily make Maya the killer, you know? Yeah, it does. Maybe someone was forcing her to use her power toward nefarious ends. The real killer could have been threatening her. Right, and when we saw her in the tomb, she was all like dizzy and confused. Rita Repulsa is more subtle than her? True. Make my monster grow. Is that what she said? Been a while. That cannot be. So then, Inga's scream. That was probably from when he woke up from being called back to this world. Interesting. Okay, now it's all coming together. After all, that's when the flow of time would have picked back up for him after he died. So, Minister Inga probably leapt to his feet thinking he just had a nightmare. Then, realizing it was almost time for the hostage exchange, he raced off to Amara's tomb, not even realizing he was already dead. Then, her benevolence really did see a dead man running. That's crazy. But using the sacred power of spirit channeling to commit a crime, how can this be? So, my question is, how are they able to force Maya to do this? The defense calls Miss Maya Fey to the stand. Well, Your Eminence, will you allow a new witness? It matters not. Either way, this lawyer shall soon know the truth. You know, Garon is not really putting up much of a fight. We will know how much of an imbecile he is in the face of my infallible arguments. Insult me all you want, witch. You'll be eating those words when I expose the truth. Very well. Let us adjourn until the next witness is ready. Oh. A little recess. Snack break. Part 1 of who knows how long. Here. All right, Maya, your time to shine. Talk about some really close shaves. And when's Athena gonna tag in? Well, you can't get a closer shave than Headsman's brand blades, that's for sure. Oh, the trial's not even over yet, and I'm already exhausted. Still, you're able to fight back the queen herself in there. Well, maybe with Miss Faye's help, I won't have to keep on playing her game much longer. Speaking of which, guess it's a little late to be asking, but do you think she's well enough to testify, Mr. Wright? She slept all day yesterday out of exhaustion, apparently. But that's all it was, so she should be okay. Barbed head, horned head. Oh, hello, Your Benevolence. Princess Rafa, you're really impressive in there.
I am the royal priestess Rafa Padma Kurain.
Dude, the random bits of voice acting always throw me off.
And I am prepared to face my father's death.
Put on quite a show in there. Despite your mother's opposition, you stood your ground. And in doing so, you fulfilled your duty as the royal priestess. Oh, you're gonna make her blush. It was all thanks to you and your friends. Your belief in me gave me the courage to follow my path. So, you have my gratitude. Oh, don't mention it. She always has to be smug about it. I know. I shall thank you with a gift. What would you like? A cow? A horse? Or perhaps I shall reward your efforts with a royal shoulder massage. Oh, that'll be nice. Oh, that's okay, Your Benevolence. Your gratitude is more than enough. Thanks. I thought you Americans liked massages. My technique was highly praised by my father, I'll have you know. Oh, is she running off? No, that's this guy. Hey, you lawyers, where's the accused? Huh? Dirk? That's a good question. Oh. He looks so goofy with his lips like that. I blew it big time, AJ. Tots? Shut up, you. What's going on? The scoundrel tried to escape with the accused. What? We were able to nab him, but the accused is nowhere to be found. Where are you hiding him, you miscreant? I kept telling you, I got no idea where he went. I mean, yeah, we booked it together, but I lost track of him after that. So, Dirk's on the lam now? Probably, but who knows? He vanished in the blink of an eye. Vanished? You know something, AJ? Dirk said to me. You're gonna put Amara in danger. To set her free before it's too late. What? Don't tell me he's gone to rescue her. That's what I am telling you. That's why I'd help him escape in the first place. How does he know where she is? Potts, do you realize what you've done? Well, what's done is done. Still, why do you choose to go rescue her now? Maybe he didn't want to die with any regrets or something. You know, just in case he ended up on the chopping block. Why, Turk? I thought you believed in me. Nah, don't be like that, AJ. He'll be back as soon as you freeze Amara. You'll see. It's not the point, Dots. Listen, lawyer. You let us know immediately if the accused contacts you. The trial will now resume. Say that you are ready. Wait, the trial's still on? Even without the defendant? Those were Her Eminence's orders, so you will return to the courtroom at once. Let's go, Apollo. All we can do is see where the next testimony leads. Okay, Dad. Dad's off to go get some milk. Oh then, let us resume the trial at hand. Your Majesty, my client seems to have gone missing. What do you think, Your Eminence? Do we proceed without the accused? Why not? My royal guard is searching for him as we speak. They shall find him soon enough, but they would not dare to keep you waiting. Yes, but, what about the law governing court proceedings? Yep, she is the law. Then I shall simply revise it. as ruling sovereign of Korea, and I proclaim the following. Should the accused be an enemy of the crown, they may be tried in absentia. Well, in that case, I guess there's no problem with proceeding. I love monarchy. Will the witness, Miss Maya Fey, please approach the stand? Oh. She looks so bummed. Sorry to summon you like this, Maya. Yeah, getting dragged out of bed and into court is not exactly a fun wake-up call, Nick. I'm sorry, Miss Fey. It was my idea. And you are... Oh. Oh. That's right. This is the first time they met, huh? Oh, right. I'm Apollo Justice. It's nice to finally meet you. Oh, so you're Apollo. Nick's told me all about you. You're the new guy with the loud voice and a bit of unreliable streak, right? Unreliable? Well, that was 2 years ago. Come a long way since. So, why was I called here anyway? Am I under arrest again? Huh? I guess no one's filled her in. Nick, that was your job. Well, she has been asleep this entire time. Miss Fey, this is a trial for Dirk Sadmati, and you're here as a witness. What? Dirk's been arrested? But... That's not exactly the reaction I was expecting. Miss Fey, you are suspected of playing a part in the murder of Justice Minister Inga. What? Someone allegedly forced you to channel the minister to obfuscate the time of his murder. At least, that is what the defense claims. Wait, what? How could you, Apollo? How did you even reach that conclusion? Your little pouty face. So cute. Sorry, but it's the only way this whole case makes any sense. Your understandable anger at the defense aside, will you testify, Miss Fey? Yes, Your Majesty. Channeling the minister. I don't have any idea what's going on, but I didn't know I didn't channel Minister Inga. I didn't even have the chance to do something like that. Besides, I'd never go quietly along with some criminal's plan. Though, I guess there are some things I'd go quietly along with. Like what? A late-night burger run? It seems the witness doesn't believe she has ever channeled Justice Minister Inga. She seems honest, so is there a way to force people to channel? I don't know. And if her words prove to be true defense, your entire argument becomes moot. You do understand that, don't you? Yes, of course. Doesn't seem like Miss Fey is lying. Apollo, Maya was being awfully secretive about something just now. I'd better dig up a bit and try to get her to open up to me first.
Hold it!
You've been asleep ever since you were rescued from the tomb, correct? I was exhausted after being held captive for so long. That must have been terrible. Maya, Minister Inga didn't do anything to you, did he? Oh no, it wasn't like that. On the contrary, I asked him for all sorts of things. Like what? Like, I'm really craving burgers, and I'll die if I miss an episode of The Plume Punisher. I just get bread, and it'd be a TV and even a few burgers from someplace. Incredible. He was surprisingly nice to me. Huh? Are you sure we're talking about the same guy here? Sure, he reminded him of his daughter. He may have loomed large, but he was unexpectedly easy to push around. Even though he's the one who was responsible for pushing those execution papers through. Oh, that. Moving executions was simply his preferred method of stress relief. With a wife like her, he was probably really pushing them through out of fear. I'm beginning to see why he wanted to stage a coup. Free burgers, goddamn! I know. Honestly, if I could get free burgers, maybe I should get myself kidnapped, you know? Free burgers, TV. What more could you want? In any case, my time in captivity wasn't so bad, but all the things that happened. Also, I'm a little surprised they even have burgers here. This seems like the most middle of nowhere, like, non-westernized country to ever exist. You know, like middle of the fucking Himalayas or something. Telling me there's a McDonald's in Crane?
Hold it!
Are you sure about that? Maybe you just don't remember channeling him. Don't remember? I may be 28, but I'm not senile, you know. Something's not right here. Miss Faye, were you confined to Amara's... you were confined to Amara's tomb the whole time, is that correct? Yes, but I wasn't conscious the whole time. Okay, then let me ask you something. Did you ever see Nana in the tomb? Dressed as Dirk. Huh? Is this some kind of joke? I think I remember something. I think I remember if I saw something as crazy as that. Plus, I doubt anyone would carry out a crime like that in front of a potential witness. I hate when he's right. What do you mean? He's always right. Phoenix right. But
Hold it!
You didn't have a chance to channel him. Did channeling someone take a long time? Not really. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty much instantaneous. But I was all tied up, literally. So there was no way for me to make the channeling mudra with my hands to do it. Oh, there's like mudras? Right. She really didn't channel Inga then. Maya, when mediums are done with a session, they can send the spirit back to the other world themselves, right? Sure, unless they're still in training. Amateurs can get possessed by spirits sometimes, but full-fledged mediums can stay in total control of a session. And they can send the deceased spirit away anytime they want. So, I take you can do that too, Miss Faye. Of course! It's a cinch for the new and improved Mystic Maya Faye, Ace Spirit Medium. I'd play that spin-off. Strange, you seem like the same old childish Maya to me. There, I'll show you your childish Nick. Phoenix is such a dad. It's like, oh, you'll always be my baby girl.
Hold it!
So you wouldn't channel spirits for unseemly purposes. Excuse me. Of course not. Spirit channeling is my bread and butter. And I take a lot of pride in my work. It's like, would you use your legal skills to commit a crime, Apollo? Well, until finger pointing and objecting become deadly, I don't see how they can be used. Wow, you're a regular Mr. Smarty Pants, just like Nick. Always at the ready with some sarcastic comeback. I think I'll save my many objections for after the trial. Yes, please. Anyway, I'd never go along with something like murder. Okay, this is the most suspicious thing. Sounds to me like you're trying to hide something, Miss Faye. Didn't anyone teach you about respecting boundaries, Apollo? It's really rude to pry into a person's private affairs. No, sorry, I didn't realize. Wait, we're in a court of law. Yeah, I know. And what was all that about? About me being rude? I'm just doing my job. Ah. So please, just tell me, what exactly are you hiding? Yeah, me prying into you that's what cross-examination is all about, miss. I'm sorry, but I promised Dirk I wouldn't say. You made a promise to Dirk? A pretty big one. I think this is about all you're going to get out of her. Yeah. Enough. The witnesses deny that she channeled any spirits. Further questioning is pointless. It appears her little fiction has been soundly exposed for what it is. You should listen to her, Apollo. I don't even know why you suspected me in the first place. I mean, you don't have any evidence of me channeling Mr. Inga, do you? Oh, evidence, huh? Do we have anything like that? Guess not. There's no point in even thinking about it, really. I don't use anything special to channel spirits, so there wouldn't be anything left behind. That's true. Just like when she channeled the High Priest, all Maya needs is her own body. If the defense has no evidence to offer, I will have to end this cross-examination. What now? Even if she doesn't use any special items to do the channeling itself, you'd think there would be something to complete the deception. Is there any proof that Justice Minister Inga was channeled? You bet there is? What do you mean you bet there is? Let's see. What happens when she channels people? Well, her physical characteristics change. That's one. Inga's button discovered in the ashes of the tomb's incense burners, caked in soot. Oh. Oh. Yes, her physical characteristics change, but her clothes would need to change as well to fool people, right? So, what if she put on, or what if her channeling Inga, he was like, oh shit, I'm naked. And then he needed to put on his regular outfit. And then at the end, the outfit was burned. Because, you know, you can't have two of the same outfit in the tomb, right? So that's why we found the gemstone in the incense burners. The extra clothes were burned. I think that's what they want here. We'll see. You bet there is. Really? Well, no. You're bluffing, I take it. I'll be fine. If we're right, then there must be some sort of proof to back us up. And to do some serious thinking, Apollo Justice. Okay. We know that when Rafa saw her father, he wasn't dressed like Miss Faye, right? Right, because if he was, Rafa would have immediately known he was being channeled. So that means he was dressed in this usual stuff when Rafa saw him. Okay, so now they're Now they're leading me to that answer, but you know, because I'm kind of a 1000 IQ brain genius, you know. I already found the answer myself. Where's the Ace Attorney ranked leaderboard? I'd be top 5 for sure. Aha, good thinking, Apollo. This might be the perfect angle to attack from. Alright, let's have an answer from the defense. What proof do you have that Miss Maya Fey channeled Justice Mr. Inga? It's the burn
Take that!
gemstone. Is that a gemstone? We found this among the ashes of one of the tomb's incense burners. Is this gemstone ring any bells, Your Eminence? What? What was that doing in the tomb? Ah, so you do recognize it. But then, as his wife, you should not recognize this gemstone button from your husband's jacket. I don't get where you're going with this. Channeling Minister Inga alone wouldn't be enough to fool someone like Princess Rafa. Especially if he were wearing your clothes. So you would have had to change into the minister's clothes before channeling him. Miss Fey, use the minister's clothes as cover while going from his room to the tomb. Or you burned them once you no longer needed them. What? Uh-oh. She seems genuinely surprised by that, Apollo.
Objection!
Miss Fey? Yes? Do you know my husband's name? It was, Inga Karkul Korean, right? That is correct, in part. There's more. Much more. Inga Karkul. Well, this name. What? What the fuck? Oh my god, it's. Dude, Phoenix Wright naming be like. How could this name be any longer or more pompous than it already is? I don't know if I hate it or if I love it. Oh, of course, Korean the Third. That is his true name. Could it be any longer? Due to its length, only a portion of it was ever made public. So, Miss Fey, did you know his true name? No. I mean, how could I? Holy shit, bro's channel proof. Precisely. Yet a medium must know both the face and true name of the one she seeks to channel. So then, Miss Fey couldn't have channeled Minister Inga? That's what I've been saying this whole time. Why would I want to randomly channel some old guy I didn't know? And didn't like, thanks to that last trial. Can't believe this. Apollo, I really don't think Maya's lying. However, your line of reasoning still seems credible to me. I agree, but there's something tripping us up in the details. Maybe it isn't Maya, after all, but... I mean, how could... The only other spirit medium we know is, Garon. And she was occupied. Was she? Can Nana channel spirits? I don't know. Maybe we're working off of some wrong assumption again. Apollo? I was thinking. Yes? Since I didn't channel Minister Inga, is it possible that someone else did? Someone else? Who else could it have been? I haven't thought that far yet. Such chatter is without merit. Let us move on, shall we? I don't care what Garon says, I'm gonna figure this out. Was it Miss Fey? The Queen has an alibi, then. Olive, forget about who's capable of channeling spirits for a second. I should consider the circumstances around the channeling, right? Right. You know Rafa saw her father come running out of his private quarters. If he was being channeled at the time, who could it have been? It had to have been someone who was in Inga's private quarters. Well, I'm waiting, Defense, and you know how much I despise waiting. Yes, but there's someone else besides Miss Fey who could have channeled Minister Inga. Holy shit, is it really Nana? Do we have her in our profiles? We do. Age question mark. Rafa's attendant. She disappeared all of a sudden after Minister Inga's death. There's just one more person. They were in Inga's private quarters. Person's our only hope now. So, the defense believes there is another. Let's have your very serious answer then. With pleasure. Poor devil. Who could have channeled Mr. Inga? Trucy Wright. Nayuda? No. No one else was in there, right? Other than... Albie? No. No, Nana knew. Nana knew his full name. For sure. It had to have been her. Okay, I'm gonna do a safety save. Not that it matters, because if you fail, you just get, like, sent back to your latest selection, right? But, you know, just in case.
Take that!
Nana. Your Eminence said it yourself. That's right, Nana never did go into the tomb that day. Instead, she entered my husband's private quarters. How do you know? It's quite simple. Shoe prints were discovered in Inga's private quarters. Shoe prints that belonged to Nana. And then there's her benevolence's statement. She said that Nana disappeared right after she entered Minister Inga's private quarters, the room from which Minister Inga himself came running out of not long afterwards. You are not seriously suggesting. It's the only thing that makes sense. Nana channeled Minister Inga and left his private quarters thereafter. That's why no one has seen her since. That's crazy. But the only people who could channel were Maya and Garon here. And why only the minister's shoe prints were found outside his residence. Oh, no way! It's got to be it. Nana must have somehow channeled the minister. So she's been keeping her power secret this whole time? All the circumstantial evidence has fallen into place. You can't ignore it anymore. We claim Nana isn't connected to this case somehow. In light of this, the defense calls Nana to the stand. Missing person, though. Whoa, Your Eminence. Very well, then. Let us call Nana to testify. Yes, and we can finally crack this case wide open. Let us adjourn while the witnesses summon. There is no need. Nana is in the waiting room, the waiting lobby. What? Nana's here? I thought she got missing. It seemed she was feeling unwell. Simply wished to rest undisturbed. Sus. That is very sus. But her concern for Rafa brought her here today. She took time off without Rafa's knowledge or consent? I'm betting there's more to her disappearing act than meets the eye, Apollo. Her age is unknown in the profiles. Who is Naina? That's the question. Miss Naina, do you understand why you have been summoned here today? Yes, of course. Her evidence has informed me that this man here suspects I have committed crime. Wait. Wait. No. Wait a minute. What if? Am I cooking? What if these guys are the same? I mean, their eye color is different, but you know, colored contacts exist. Maybe she's just like being a little hunched over, you know, a little playing the act of an old lady. That is her hair, right? She's got the same hair color or something. Got the same little like head tattoo? Question mark. I feel like this is the first time we actually see her up close like this. You know? Things are getting interesting. Like, what if Amara was just Naina the whole time? But then the ages wouldn't really line up, right? I mean, maybe just like, it's a really impressive makeup job, right? I mean, Garon's like only 43. Naina looks way older than 43. So this is Naina. That's quite the hairdo. Though I will say... I suppose I'm not as old as I had thought. This horn-headed nincompoop would take me for a criminal. Nincompoop? And is that Rafa's favorite insult? Because Naina rubbed off on her with all the time they spent together. You there, young hornhead. I mean, the other reason I highly suspect them to be perhaps the same person or maybe related is that we're trying to prove that she can channel spirits, which, you know, it seems likely at this point. And the only people who can channel spirits in Korean are related to the royal family. So either you are Amara or you're like Amara's mom. I don't know. Yes? You're accusing me of slaying Minister Inga and channeling his spirit, yes? What an active imagination you have. Young folk are so wonderfully open-minded. Thanks. Let's take the compliment, Justice. Now then, will the witness please proceed with their testimony? This court wishes to know if you did or did not channel Minister Inga in his private quarters. I'm no spirit medium, Sonny. I was feeling under the weather yesterday and decided to rest these weary bones. Besides which, a lowly servant such as I could not possibly an honorable spirit medium. Only members of the royal family can learn the art of spirit channeling here in Wright. After Queen Amara's passing, Her Eminence, Queen Garon, is the only spirit medium left. If you believe a medium to be the culprit, it would have to be that young lass Maya Fey. And there you have it. It seems we have summoned her for nothing. Only those of the royal bloodline have the power of spirit channeling. That a servant such as Nana could channel spirits is a most unamusing jest. On the surface, anyway. Our line of reasoning has led us to this end, that Nana channeling a spirit. Alright, the defense may now question the witness. What's her angle of attack here? Is that she just looks like Amara? Because that's what I've noticed first.
Hold it!
Alby's dog stole your hat when you were in the courtyard yesterday afternoon. Was it after that you decided to take a rest? I had been feeling unwell all day and had pushed myself too hard. I kept feeling weak and dizzy, and that dirty mongrel only served to worsen my condition. Well, I sympathize with you, Nana. You took the whole day off without informing Princess Rafa. She was very worried about you, Very kind of her benevolence. She need not concern herself with the welfare of a mere servant such as I. Except to Rafa, Nana's not just a mere servant. Even think of a mere commoner. Channel spirits or slay a minister. What hogwash.
Hold it!
I hear you are the head servant, isn't that right? Are you suggesting that my position affords me the ability to channel spirits? Since you're the head servant to a family of channelers, I'd say it's plausible. If you wanted to, it's not impossible for you to learn through exposure. I think not. For that goes against the very underpinnings of the Kingdom of Wright. To become a spirit medium requires a noble spirit and rigorous training. Most importantly, one must be a direct descendant of the founder. It is not simply some hobby one can take up in the manner of knitting or gardening. So commoners can never become a medium, no matter how hard they tried. That is common knowledge to all who are born and raised here, young hornhead.
Hold it!
Okay then. What if you actually have royal blood in your veins, Nana? Like a distant relative or something. I am from a line of humble fishermen, all the way back to my grandfather's grandfather. Never heard talk of royal blood or noble ancestry. Although, spirit channeling is a secret art passed down from mother to daughter. And even with a royal ancestor, it'd be impossible to learn without the right training. It is as the bard once says, it also must be mentioned that this secret art is only taught here in the Kingdom of Wright and your country's Crane village. Why aren't things falling into place like I expected? Would ask the witness to continue her testimony. So how do we prove that she can?
Hold it!
Queen Amara was the victim of an assassination, right? Yes, oh, she was a beautiful, gentle soul. She fell in love with a man of dubious origins. He was murdered in a terrible blaze. It can be so cruel, although we know she's still alive. Except she's actually still alive, yep. Born innocent, yet another follower unwittingly praying over an empty sarcophagus. Mara, the queen, has been locked away. Her existence in this world erased. The fact that she's still alive shackles Nayuta to Garon's will. Nayuta, the only reason you're still standing there by that woman's side is because you're afraid of what would happen to Amara otherwise, right? We need not recount such ancient history. Let us continue with the witness's testimony.
Hold it!
Miss Fey was being held hostage. She was completely tied up and didn't even know Minister Inga's true name, making it impossible for her to kill or channel him. Bah, I know nothing of that.
Objection!
Listen, you horned devil. Were you not just insisting that it was my Fae who had channeled Minister Inga? My, how quickly you change your tune. No, I'm just quick on my feet when new information presents itself. I'm also quick to force my biggest smile when times like these demand it. It's great that you're following my advice, Apollo, but try not to look so forced while you do. Would you? Nana's right about one thing. Only those in royal bloodline can be spirit mediums from Korain. Common folk like us are out of luck. Yeah, I guess so. Still. I think I'll finally be close to connecting the dots once I point one very big thing out. Can I? Do I have evidence? Joke justice? No. 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 Definitely not. Maybe. Seems to belong to Dirk. Fingerprint was found in the inside of the lid, stained with the victim's blood. Fingerprint unknown. I don't think this necessarily ties this to Nana. Dirk's blood. Painkillers. Inga's notes. Nana. Purple glasses. A purple hat. Glasses. Diamond-shaped tattoo on forehead. It does check out. I guess this is her 23 years ago, right? So maybe 23 years made her age a little bit faster than Garon? I don't know. I mean, that's definitely not Nana. Nana's hat. I feel like the only things we have might be this or this. Only members of the royal family. After Queen Amara's passing her evidence, Queen Garon's the only spirit medium left. I mean, we know this is not true because Amara is still alive, right? So, do we just reveal to the court that Amara is still alive here now? I guess.
Objection!
You know, I think my prediction might actually be right. My fucking Hail Mary prediction. Wouldn't that be crazy? Okay, so I presented what makes sense in terms of a direct contradiction. Except I don't know how to make it make sense in the larger context of this case. Well, is the defense going to follow up its loud objection with a sound explanation? Oh, sorry. How do I put this? I believe there's a problem with Nana's testimony. Go on. She asserted that she could not possibly be a spirit medium because, in Korean, only members of the royal family can learn how to channel spirits. I fail to see the problem in that statement, defense. Hold on, I'm getting to it, Your Majesty. Nana stated an absolute falsehood, since we know that Amara is still alive. At the same time, circumstantial evidence points to Nana channeling Inga. Nana is Amara, after all, just after she entered his private quarters. Inga came running out screaming despite having been killed at 2 p.m. That would mean that Nana's channeled Inga, even though supposedly only those of the royal family are capable of doing so. Wait. Is it too late to ask for a refund on my trip down the rabbit hole? Mr. Wright, you may think I've lost my mind with this bluff, but if I can at least establish the possibility, I think it'll give us the break we need. Wait a sec. Are you going to propose what I think you are? Yes, it's a huge risk, but I think there's a chance I can prove it. Will the court please take a look at this photo? This photo, its very existence, to say nothing of the person in it, contradicts the witness's claim that Queen Garon is the only remaining spirit medium in Wright. Poor devil, you mustn't! Oh, but I must. Under these circumstances, the outcome of this trial depends on it. But you already knew that, didn't you, Your Eminence? Will the defense please explain who is shown in the photograph? The person in the photo is the previous queen, Amara Sigatar Kurai. Contrary to the popular belief, she was never assassinated. In fact, she's very much alive. Yeah, we were waiting for this moment to spill the beans. Even though Queen Garon so kindly asked us not to reveal it to the public. You know, for reasons. What? That's nonsense. Take a good look at the law book in this photo, Your Majesty. Mark of the Dragon branded on it. It only had been placed there after Queen Amara's supposed assassination. Queen Amara's still alive? Has the lawyer gone mad? While I personally find it hard to believe, I will allow the defense to continue. You may proceed, defense. Queen Amara's death was staged to keep her safe from her would-be killer. Yet, according to Dirk, she's actually being held captive somewhere. The real truth is that Queen Amara is not being held in confinement. Rather, she walks freely among us. Don't say it, guys. Here, in this very courtroom today. But how? Oh, look who decides to finally speak up. Do not be deceived, Your Majesty. The Red Pepper is skilled in weaving plausible lies. It is a cunning lawyerly art known as bluffing. But knowing this, there is no need to fear his forked tongue.
Objection!
Bro, this guy's only rebuttal is just slander me. That's where you're wrong, prosecutor, because you'll be quaking in your boots soon enough. Is that so? It's my turn, Naya, to wake you up to the truth right before your eyes. It's your mom. Queen Amara is still very much alive and has been disguising herself as...
Take that!
So has she been Nana this whole time, or is... Eek! This is the simplest and cleanest explanation for everything we've covered so far. So, has Nana always been Amara, or is Nana a different person, and only for this case is Amara disguised as Nana? That's the question. But, what does this mean, though? Does it mean that Amara did all this? For what? Is Amara the killer? Why would Amara want to kill Inga? I mean, Inga was planning a coup, but I'm sure Amara wasn't a fan of her sister anyway, right? Someone with intimate knowledge of the divination seance. A medium who channeled the minister in order to mask the real time of his death. Condense these traits into one person, and you get a spirit medium of royal blood. And that person is none other than you, Nana. Your true identity is the former queen, Amara, and the killer we've been looking for all along. Uh-oh. What?
Objection!
I mean, the facts line up, but I'm trying to think of a motive, you know? You finally lost your mind, Mr. Justice. Damn, That's rough. Trying to save our dad, and in so doing, we're dooming Nayuta's mom. What you say is beyond blasphemous, even in the depths of hell. Oh my, such frightening allegations. Indeed, and absolutely ludicrous to boot. Her Eminence Queen Amara yet lives. Is actually Miss Nana here? You've truly gone off the deep end. You don't have to take my word for it. In fact, a certain someone can help me prove it. Your Eminence? If Queen Amara truly is dead, you should be able to channel her spirit right here, right now. Isn't that correct? Yeah, I can deny it no longer. The Lord speaks the truth. Nana, the woman who stands here before us, is Amara, the former queen believed to have perished 23 years ago. Kuga. Finally. We finally got Inga's real killer on the stand. Apollo, you seem a little too happy about this. I mean, yeah, we're like saving Dirk, which is great. That's a dead man walking anyway, you know? Nana, though, she really did a good thing, you know, ending Inga's life. It's not like that man was redeemable in any way. I mean, yeah, he loved his daughter, but like, her, whatever. Nana, no. Amara Sigater Kurain. Please drop the act and tell us what really happened. Oh, we're gonna get a makeover? Oh, Oh, dearie me. I guess I shouldn't have underestimated the power of youth. Well done, young hornhead. Oh, shit. What? Oh. What the fuck? Magical girl transformation? Holy shit. Whoa. I was getting tired of masquerading as an old woman anyway. Holy, she's gorgeous. How did that... Man, that makeup work really was impressive. Holy, the music. It's been far too long since I last greeted you, good people of Kurain. It is I, Amara Sigatar Kurain, your former queen. Queen Amara? What? Shit, fucking ultra combo. And he gets back up. Like nothing ever happened. And I thought Garon's makeover was extreme. Can it really be true? You're alive and well? It is true. I feel as I've been called back from the Twilight Realm. Queen Lizzie just popped out of nowhere? Yeah, it's like, I've been tired of being thought dead for so long. Then she goes through a fucking magical girl transformation and becomes like, looking like she's 30 again? Like, what the fuck? Man. See, this outfit kind of slays though. Garon's a flop. I don't know. I fear I've caused you all a great deal of distress. Ho 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 ho. Okay, so I'm getting a few red flags here though. Like, it's great that she's back, she's here. But the oh ho ho laugh, Garon did that too. I mean, maybe that's just what the queens do here. But she also, like, you know, is low-key villain coded in her design. Like, she's doing all these like, you know, like powerful spiritual movements and stuff, like very slow, controlling. Her eyes are always closed. You know what they say about anime characters who have like always closed eyes, right? They have something to hide. Amara, I'm sorry I was unable to keep your secret any longer. So, like, who's the real villain here? I mean, obviously Garon is a no good, icky lady, right? But Amara and Garon been working together this whole time too? I hope you can forgive me. It is quite alright, Garon. I am safe now. But Dirk, that blackguard who threatened my life, will be recaptured soon enough. That blackguard. So, she still believes that Dirk tried to kill her? They did say that Amara only went off with Dirk because she wanted to, like, assess whether or not he was the actual killer, right? Or whether or not she could believe him. Man, having another kid after that is crazy. I need not conceal my identity any longer. Queen Amara, what does this all mean? Were you not killed in that fire 23 years ago? I barely escaped that blaze with my life. Thought I survived. Oh, sorry, but though I survived, I knew that scoundrel would make further attempts on my life. Therefore, I staged my death and abdicated the throne to my dear younger sister, Garon. But the building of the Great Tomb? Disguising yourself as a lowly servant? Why would you do such a thing? Garon, I would have you explain. I wished for her to be close at hand. It was the only way I felt I could protect her. And it was the best way to hide her from the eyes of the public. After all, who could conceive of Amara lowering her station to that of a servant? She's got that right. Even Dirk thought Amara was being held captive in some far-off place. Never even guessed she was living as a servant right in plain sight. I must say, a life dedicated to the servitude of others is not the least bit disagreeable. It is a quiet, humble existence, far removed from the tedium of regal duties. Ah, but those days of peace have ended. I have a bad feeling about this. Dirk said the truth would hurt. The truth would hurt. And everything up to this point is pointing Amara as the true killer and perhaps the true villain. Double twist. Well, I guess everyone suspected Garon would be the true villain at the start. No, it was Inga at the start because, you know, he was just a piece of shit. And then he died. It's like, oh, it's gotta be Garon. You got me, game. You got me. It's Amara the whole time, okay? You got me. I couldn't have guessed that. And it's all because of you, Hornhead. You should consider yourself lucky if that's all to sense with. If there is something you wish to say, then say it. So, if Amara and Garon have been working together this whole time, then it does make sense now. The motive does make sense for Inga to die, because he was planning a coup, and Amara wouldn't want to have that happen now, would she? Doesn't matter who you are, you won't escape the crime you committed. The defense moves to indict you as Justice Minister Inga's real killer. She kind of caked up though. What's this? You would accuse Queen Amara of homicide? Grand Priestess of Koreanism? You can't do that. She's virtually a goddess in the eyes of her people. You commit the crime, you better be ready to do the time. Are you a priest, saint, queen, or god? Yeah, just put God in the slammer. That's where Ace Attorney needs to go in Ace Attorney 7, you know? All the spirits and shit, child's play. We need to send gods to the slammer. I've never met such an egalitarian person. Queen Amara, in your years disguised as Nana, you would have learned about Minister Inga's disorder. So you knew you could dress in Dirk's clothes to forge a convincing seance vision. Isn't that right? What a curious character you are. Would you label me a murderer? Me, the one who the people regarded as the reincarnation of the Holy Mother herself. You may be a grand figure in Koreanism, but as a foreigner, you are just another suspect to me. It would appear your words are not in jest. Might have suffered the sullying of my good name with accusations of murder most foul. Open your eyes. I want to see the evil look. Please, Queen Amara, forgive his impudence. The lawyer knows not what he speaks. You're not good, Magistry. For this is the sacred hall of justice. Though I am a grand priestess, on this stand I am but a witness like any other. I shall face these accusations with grace and benevolence. Oh, the controller's acting up. Okay. Compassion overfloweth your mercifulness. Hello, young lawyer. In my benevolence, I must warn you that your assertion suffers from a tragic flaw. Huh? There's a flaw? Nayuda. Yes, your mercifulness. Who was present in the tomb when the murder was discovered? Dirk Sanmati, Maya Fey, and the victim, Minister Inga. Oh. I see. It is a fatal flaw indeed. It appears Queen Amara couldn't possibly have gone to the tomb as Minister Inga. What? Why not? Do not keep the defense waiting, Nayuda. Explain how wrong he truly is. Yes, your mercifulness. Her benevolence, Princess Raifa saw Minister Inga enter the tomb at around 2:30 p.m. Yet you, the defense, claim the person she saw was the minister being channeled by Queen Amara. Oh, there we see her face, eyes open. However, her mercifulness had channeled him and moved to the tomb. The controller. And then, once she was done channeling, Queen Amara would have re-emerged and been left stuck in the tomb. Oh yeah. Had she tried to exit before you all arrived? Princess Raifa, who had been looking down upon the courtyard, would have seen her. However, her benevolence saw nothing of the sort. Irk. Did she just hide in the sarcophagus? In conclusion, Queen Amara could not have left the tomb without being observed. And yet, she was there in the tomb when the murder was discovered. Defense? Was she there in the tomb when the murder was discovered, Defense? No, she wasn't. Now do you see? Your flimsy claim has been uprooted like a sapling in a flood. Ah. Well, that was entertaining. Prosecutor Sanmati, assume the prosecution of this case and clear your mother's good name. You wish for me to take over? Ah, now Nayuda's like, I gotta do this. It's for my mommy. Yes, prosecute your father to save your mother. What a poignant fate you bear, but bear it you must. Damn, it's put in a tight spot here. Are you ready? Yes, Your Eminence. And there you have it, Your Majesty. I shall watch the rest of the proceedings from the sidelines. I relinquish complete control of this sacred hall to your authority once more. Why, thank you, Your Eminence. No, then, Your Mercifulness. Your testimony, if you please. Oh, okay, she's just like, I'm out. Tag in Nayuda. The lawyer's theory is absurd. Now I shall destroy your utterly absurd and barbarous theory. I was not anywhere near the tomb following the murder. Were your theory correct, I would have been in the tomb once I had stopped channeling. My husband Dirk's the killer, but he has fled from this sacred hall. May the Holy Mother rain judgment upon the traitor Dirk Sanmati for his crimes. Oh, such marvelous testimony. You truly are a treasure, Your Mercifulness. This, too, is but by the grace of Her Holiness. No doubt my unmasking here today was her will as well. Oh my, Holy Mother, you say? Yes, surely Her Holiness has guided me to this witness stand. Where'd the tiger come from? And to the purity of truth. Oh, how magnificent. Queen Amara, the Holy Mother's messenger here on Earth. Oh, they didn't have a zoo. Where did those animals even come from? Dopey tiger? That tiger did look very dopey. No, the defense may question the witness. But remember, she's a grand priestess, so disrespect will not be tolerated. That means no pointing out conflicts, inconsistencies, or any other flaws in her testimony. Wait a second. It's rigged. Oh, she gets to keep them? They still have 1 HP. Alright, give me 1 sec, guys. My nose needs clearing. Actually, I've already streamed for 2 hours at this point. This is like a pretty decent place to stop if I decided to stop. How much more trial do I have left? I guess that's the question. I mean, we already unveiled Amara's true form. So... maybe I should save it for later, you know? I think we can do one more. We'll do this one testimony and then stop after the next good stopping point.
Hold it!
My theory is utterly absurd and barbarous, and high-handed, if I may say so. Naruto's right to call you putrid-minded. Surely even the monkeys of Mount Pony's Holy Waterfalls could devise a better theory. Surely you can steal better insults than Naruto's best. Now then, to all you who gathered in this sacred hall, need I remind you?
Hold it!
Well, maybe you were hiding inside the sarcophagus. Okay, we're just getting straight to it. After all, it does technically belong to you. I bet you have no trouble opening it. If I had been in there, I could not be here today. But the tomb has been under constant surveillance since the murder. I would never have been able to leave. I guess not. Maybe there's a secret passage. If I might ask, what's in that sarcophagus anyway? You're still alive, so... There is despair, sadness, hatred, and malice. Only one brave enough to see the truth hidden deep within. I discover the final hope. My continued corporeality. And that tiger looks so dumb. Completely lost me. In other words, it's empty. No one dared to open it because they were too scared of the curse. Will you dispense with your theory? It is as empty as my sarcophagus.
Hold it!
I'll admit you weren't in the tomb after the murder. Very good. That very truth refutes your theory. Even if I had channeled Minister Inga and entered the tomb, the moment I ceased channeling him, I would have re-emerged at the crime scene. Precisely, as you said yourself, Defense, Queen Amara was not there after the murder. Okay, that was weird. I don't know what happened. Okay, my OBS is like kind of acting up. But it seems to be fine on Twitch. Okay. We'll just roll with it, I guess. Actually, let me try something. My preview is broken. Ugh. Be it in this life or the next. There's no escaping such simple truths.
Hold it!
There must be a reason why he had to make his escape today. A reason? Ah, perhaps. Perhaps what? Perhaps to conceal himself and lie in wait for another chance to claim my life. Dude, why would he want to kill you? What's this?
Objection!
Oh, no, it's definitely not like that, your mercifulness. First of all, you don't really believe he's trying to kill you, do you? After all, you two ran off together after he rescued you all those years ago. That was only because he had the audacity to claim it wasn't me. You must believe me. It was my duty as a wife to her husband. Bend an ear to him, was it not? Now that I think about it, you probably are the one pulling all the strings, right? So you are responsible for the state of the kingdom as it is right now. Okay, maybe now I understand why you might think Dirk would be out to get you. Now things are a little more complicated, huh? Maybe Dirk really was trying to just do a revolution, and he knew that Amara was still alive. Actually, no. He didn't know that Nena was Amara. So, I don't think he knew that Amara was, like, behind all this. Huh. Communication after disagreement is the secret to a long and happy marriage. Sure, I guess. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Don't ask me. He's not a married man. That is why I listened to Dirk. However, he didn't have a shred of evidence to support his claim. It grieves me to admit it, but my husband truly did try to murder me. It's quite enough. Abundantly clear that Queen Amara's testimony is flawless. Flawless. Oh, do you understand now, lawyer? This is bad. Judge isn't going to let me cross-examine her much longer. Amara should have been in the tomb after the minister's murder, but she wasn't. I don't get it. How did she just vanish from the scene of the crime like that? It shouldn't be possible for normal people to... Or normal people. Maybe she channeled someone else? Ah, maybe. Maybe what? Magistrate. I think I can explain why Queen Amara wasn't there in the tomb after the murder. Very well, defense. Do explain. I believe it was accomplished through a method only she is capable of. And by using this special method, it would be possible to her to literally disappear. What? Literally disappear? Well, don't keep us waiting. Let's hear it. How did Queen Amara disappear from the tomb? She clung to the ceiling. Yes. The hidden royal family ability of being Spider-Man. No, she channeled someone. All she had to do was channel someone. And then she could easily disappear from the scene of the crime. After all, she would literally be someone else. Why, I believe that actually makes sense. Okay, but who was she then? What do you have to say to that, Queen Amara? You believe that I, Great Priestess, would use the sacred power of spirit channeling to commit murder? Yes. Oh shit. What the? Eek! Mercy, your mercifulness. Low-key jump scare. Jeez. How dare you spew such vile blasphemy, defense? You will retract your last statement or face immediate execution. No. No, good magistrate. It is quite all right. Royalism also teaches that we must respond at all times with reasoned principle. Therefore, I shall offer a measured response to his blasphemous accusation. You have something to counter with? Indeed. Now, are you listening? It would not have been possible to simply vanish by means of spirit channeling. After all, it would require a deceased person to channel. However, there was only one murder victim in the tomb. And that was Minister Inga. The only others right there after his murder were Dirk and Miss Faye. Ah. Had I channeled Inga as you alleged, well, the outcome would have been quite odd to say the least. For there, beside the dead minister, a living, breathing one would have appeared. Even if I had been in the tomb, there was no one to channel except the deceased minister. So you see, I could not have vanished by means of spirit channeling. Yeah, that's true, but I can't rule it out yet. Because, well, what if there was another victim? Wait. Oh no. Oh, I have a theory. Should I say it? Okay, I'll say it. You know, gotta put it in the record. The only people seen in the room are Mr. Dead Inga, Maya Fey, and Dirk. And for someone to be channeled, that person has to be dead. Put two and two together. If Mara had to channel to disguise herself as somebody, that somebody had to have been dead, and Maya's alive, so process of elimination. Dirk's dead. Dirk's already dead. That's why he was talking like he was gonna die in the detention center. Because he knew his time was up, because, I mean, he knew he was already dead. He wasn't sick. Someone had already killed him. Maybe he knew he was being channeled. Shit. Shit. Okay. Okay, this is good. This is getting good. This case kind of fucks. Okay. Oh. And that's why he said to Apollo that the truth will hurt. Oh. Oh, poor guy. Apollo has to face his dad's death. Nayuta has to fucking accept the fact that his mother is a scumbag. Oh no. This is a rough trial. Okay, but then we need to prove that Amara killed Dirk somehow, and I don't know the where the body would be, or like the cause of death. We're missing all that right now. I mean, we see Dirk's blood here. So where's Dirk's body? Maybe Dirk's body was in the sarcophagus. No one dared to look. If it's already a dead body, then like... The blood stain goes right to the sarcophagus. Holy shit, Dirk's in there. It's all coming together. Yeah, whatever's in there doesn't need to come out if it's dead. Nobody's going to look in there, obviously, because they're afraid of the curse. Perfect place to hide a body, I'd say. I mean, that's Garon. Garon is like... whatever at this point. I see what's happening here. Someone we haven't identified yet. How absurd. Handled someone other than Minister Inga. You could have used their identity to disappear from the tomb. And that's why Nana disappeared for so long. Because Amara was channeling Dirk the whole time that we were investigating. We were like, oh, where's Nana? It's because Amara was fucking Dirk the whole time. That's crazy. So there was no one to play as Nana. And it makes sense why Nana shows up now after Dirk went missing. Another victim? Queen Amara. Please add your last statement to your testimony. This could explain everything. Isn't there some sign of another victim there in the tomb? Yet, why do I sense I'm not going to like what I'm about to find out? Does he know? I do. I'm gonna save here. I mean, it's gotta be this, right?
Objection!
That wasn't blood he coughed up. That was blood from being fucking stabbed or shot or whatever. Can't believe I'm presenting this, but it proves that there was another victim. Still, the only ones there at the scene of the crime were... No, it can't be. Would the defense care to share something with us? Queen Amara, you knew, didn't you? Whatever are you talking about? If you won't tell this court, then I will. Well, don't keep us waiting. In this case, it's a second victim. One of the two people found alive in the tomb after the minister's murder was actually already dead. What? Second victim, Apollo? Omae wa mou shindeiru. Queen Amara, after you channeled Minister Inga and moved to the tomb, you vanished from the scene of the crime by channeling another victim. That explains why no one found you after the murder was discovered. Oh, you putrid pepper, of all the half-witted buffoonery to come tumbling from your lips. But suppose I indulge you and play along with your little delusion. Tell me, Mr. Justice, who was the other victim? You won't like what I'm about to say, Nayuta. There's no way this can be true. This music. But... no. Stop now. This is the truth. It's the only way forward to solving this case. This music is creepy. The other victim who Queen Amara channeled was... Listen, son. Even if you manage to prove me innocent tomorrow, I don't have long to live. There's no escaping death now that it has its sights set on me. Dirk knew everything. He couldn't bring himself to tell me. I have one more big secret. I'm afraid I can't tell you what it is. I'd be betraying a certain someone if I did. He couldn't accuse the love of his life. The sad truth is, the other victim channeled by Amara was...
Take that!
What? You can't... That's not possible. Defendant, Dirk Sarmati, is the one Queen Amara channeled. He's the other victim. This is insanity. Volkunga! Apollo, what are you... Do you realize what you're proposing?
Objection!
I demand an explanation, Mr. Justice. I don't know when or why Dirk was murdered, but the facts and evidence speak for themselves. And this is where they've led me. See, after Inga's murder, Dirk and Maya were the only ones at the tomb. If one of them was actually dead and being channeled by Amara... But it can't be, can it? Dirk's bloodstain at the scene of the crime was the clincher for me. He wasn't even injured, so how could he have possibly bled that much? Oh god, his body is stuffed in there for days. The only logical explanation is Dirk had also been murdered.
Objection!
That's enough. The explanation cannot be the truth. You would not dare to claim to have proof to support your assertion. Search the sarcophagus, Nayuta. I wish it weren't true. I wish it with all my heart that I'm wrong, but as much as I don't want to believe it. Yes, I can prove it. Dirk's killer must have hidden his body. It would have to be somewhere nobody would ever look. There's only one such place. You truly have proof? Fastest way would be to actually have someone go check the tomb. Go check the tomb? But why? Because I believe Dirk's killer hid his body here. It's grim, man.
Take that!
He was dead this whole time and we were in there. We never knew it. You'd suggest Queen Amara's sarcophagus, the only place in the tomb that no one would dare to look. Us, killer would soon become trapped by hiding in there. But a body? That's a horse of a different color. What? Which means... This is where Phoenix needs to tag in. Paul's getting too much emotional damage. I believe we must search the sarcophagus at once. Your Eminence? Being that Queen Amara yet lives, I trust we may now open it? If we must. Your Majesty, I believe Detective Sky is still there at the tomb. Let's contact her at once and have her conduct a full investigation into the matter. Not looking good for you, Queen. Ex-Queen? Now then, Detective Sky, your report if you please. Yep, he's in there. I'll start with my findings. Please, please, please let me be wrong about this. Just want things to be as they were. Oh, this is not good. A search of the sarcophagus revealed a body that appears to be several days old. Body. Detective Sky, tell me it wasn't Dirk. Tell me my whole theory is completely off base. I have a photo of the body. Oh God. Several-day-old body? And positively identified it as... Oh shit. Dirk Sadmati. He doesn't look bad for being a few days old, you know? Could be worse. I guess they can't make it too grisly for the ratings, you know? And look at that, he's got his little, like, matching heart bracelet, you know? Seems to belong to Dirk? No, though. Guess it's Amara's. It has to be. Because he's got the blue one, and Amara's got the pink one. They match. How cute. Damn. Oh, it's temperature controlled? Oh, true. Totally forgot. Thanks for the reminder. Thought he'd be like all rotten and juicy in there, you know? Dirk! Oh. No! Give yourself a concussion. Why? Why'd this have to happen? Shit, man. Damn it, Dirk. Answer me. And Apollo does nothing but suffer in this series, I swear. Dude. His first game, his best friend dies. Second game, comes like fucking punished Apollo, man. Gets the eye patch and everything. Third game, sorry. Dad's dead. How can this be? The traitorous Snake, the very head of the insurgency, murdered. What a joyous day, those fools shouting for change and revolution. Will finally return to whatever rocks they crawled out from under. What? What was I even fighting for? Apollo? What am I supposed to do now? This is where you tag in, Phoenix. Son. The dragon never yields. A lawyer. Should never look the way you do right now. A dragon never yields. Even when wounded, dragon bites down hard and never lets go till its dying breath. It glares, it roars, and it latches its jaws firmly into its prey, till the bitter end. That's what lawyers do to get the truth. But Dirk, what if the truth is that you're... Apollo, in court tomorrow, you may find yourself faced with a truth that is difficult to accept. But I know you, and I know you can handle the truth, no matter what it turns out to be. I know that because I believe in you. You're my son, after all. You believed in me that much, Dirk? Dirk, I think I finally understand. I can't yield. Not now, not ever. Not after Dirk believed in me, despite knowing what was about to happen. Besides, Dirk left me with two things I must do. Are you alright, Apollo? Sorry about that, Mr. Wright. But I'm fine now. Detective Sky? Yes? How sure are you that the body's been there for a few days? I'm positive. No autopsy been performed yet, but I'd say it's been at least 3 days. Fortunately, the low temperature inside the sarcophagus kept it from decaying. Oh, the chest area bore 3 gunshot wounds from a small caliber weapon. I believe they are the cause of death. Shot 3 times in the chest. Brutal. At least 3 days, huh? That means Dirk was already dead by the time he came to visit me back in the States. Wait, that long? Holy shit, I guess 3 days had been that long. He's already dead? I didn't realize 3 days was that long ago. It's crazy. I think it would have to be someone who would get into and stay in the US without arousing suspicion. It also had a solid cover story though, so they wouldn't be seen as missing. Someone dead? Maya? Oh yeah, Maya did promise Dirk something, right?
Take that!
Maya? Oh, I see. She was being held hostage at the time. So so it seemed only natural that she wasn't around. Right. Do you remember what she said earlier? So please, tell me, what exactly are you hiding? Sorry, but I promised Dirk I wouldn't say. You made a promise to Dirk? Mm-hmm. Pretty big one. Not to tell your son that he's dead. Dirk didn't want his own death to be known. The other members of the Defiant Dragons would lose all hope if they found out. Now it's snuff out the flames of revolution for good. Miss Faye, Dirk told you to keep quiet about this, didn't he? I guess it's no use hiding it anymore. Yes, I promised not to tell. Dirk made me a promise before he died. So, I was right then. Paulo? There's something I need to tell you. It's about, you know, Dirk's final moments. I'm listening, Miss Faye. What happened in his final moments? It was soon after I was kidnapped. Dirk paid me a visit in that tomb where I was being held captive. I'd say it was a few days before Minister Inga's murder. Hey, young lady. Time to get you up and out of here. Oh. It's that revolutionary guy. I'm here to rescue you. You are? Why? I figured things were a little too quiet with that stamp-sucking scumbag. So I started digging around. That's when I found out you'd been abducted. Why would a rebel help me? Well, let's go before it's too late. It already is for you, pal. Long time no see, you rebel blowhard. Oh, it's him. Inga. I know you're up to something, and I'm going to find out what. Oh. Holy shit. You think one bullet's gonna do him in? That's got a smart. You become a real thorn in my side, see? It's time for you to be pushing up daisies. Dirk? Huh. You really think a pew shooter like that? Kill a dragon? What the? Ah. Oh, what are you, some kind of freak? Nuts to this. Dirk was shot several times, but he barely even flinched. Sacrificed himself for me. It was Inga who did it? That's crazy. I guess I'm not surprised, but I guess I was kind of being led to believe it was Amara after all that. I mean, I guess naturally that's what Inga would do if he met Dirk. These ropes. I've got to help you. Relax. It's gonna be okay. Sorry things turned out this way. But it doesn't look like I have much longer. No, don't say that. You're a spirit medium, aren't you? When I'm gone, I want you to channel my spirit. Stop it! Don't give up like that. If you do, untying a rope like that will be child's play. No, please hang in there. You can still make it. Promise. Promise me. One thing, young lady. It's about my son. Dirk. I was talking about you, Apollo. Said he wanted to see you. One last time. No, she's crying. So he asked me to return to the US and channel his spirit. Really said that? Mm-hmm. He also said he'd been meaning to visit you for years, but kept putting it off. That this was his last chance. Holy shit, all that time ago. This was like before the fucking politician case, you know? He was already dead? Just wanted to get sushi with his son. Oh. Tragic. I came all the way this way to see you, son. Come, rejoice. Right. Why don't you tell me the real reason you're here? Dirk, you really did come to the US because you wanted to see me? Guess this means it was Inga that hid Dirk's body in the sarcophagus after Maya left the tomb. Apollo, you can't stop now. Dirk would want you to keep pressing on. I know, Miss Faye, and I won't disappoint him. Fence, if you are ready to proceed, but first have you answer this. Do you believe the accused's death will impact what we know about this case? Yes, and I believe I can explain everything now. Very well, your explanation, please. Dirk entered the tomb at 3 p.m. Time the hostage exchange was to take place. Or rather, Dirk, as channeled as Maya Faye, did. Now, by the time he entered the tomb at 3 p.m., Minister Inga was already dead. I say that because we know the minister was murdered at 2 p.m. But there was someone else in there. This person was already hiding in the tomb, waiting to channel Dirk in place of Miss Faye. Do I really have to pick it myself?
Take that!
I'm just looking good at 44. Milfed up. Fact of the matter is, Queen Amara killed Minister Inga at 2 p.m. She then went to his private quarters and channeled his spirit. The minister, thinking he was going to be late, hurried to the tomb for the hostage exchange. Once in the tomb, Queen Amara stopped channeling Minister Inga and hid herself. Then, when Dirk entered at 3 p.m., she snuck up from behind, bonk, and forcibly drove Dirk's spirit out of Miss Faye's body. Oh, not a bonk, just a spirit push. Drove his spirit out of her body. Impossible.
Objection!
Actually, there is a way to do that. The Magatama of parting, that is. Using one, anyone can drive a spirit out of a person's body, even if it refused to leave. Little thumb twiddle. Funny. Are you telling me that that extra pale brown Magatama in the tomb was... Oh, there was one? Oh yeah. That was... That's right, Prosecutor Sadmati. And you've seen one in action before. You saw how the glowing red Magatama sent the High Priest back to the Twilight Realm. And how it turned a spent pale brown afterwards. Ah, I didn't remember that. Who could remember that? That was so long ago. In other words, the brown Magatama found in the tomb looks that way because its power had been used up in pushing Dirk's spirit out of Miss Faye's body, right? Probably passed out as soon as Dirk's spirit left my body. I was exhausted after channeling him for so long after all. 3 days. You're powerful, Maya. After that, Queen Amara must have dressed Miss Faye in her usual outfit and tied her up. I'm not sure where she got the outfit, but we can assume she had it all planned out. Then Queen Amara must have changed into Dirk's clothes, smeared blood onto them, picked up the knife, and channeled Dirk's spirit. That's how she made it look like Dirk had committed the crime. Ooh, and so Dirk went from Maya to Amara. Just like that. And Dirk remained in Amara until the trial. And that's how she escaped, right under our noses. God. I don't know, Apollo. The whole thing still seems a bit far-fetched. Dirk, what was going through your mind while all this was unfolding? So ultimately, it was all for naught. Nayuda? Those dreams of revolution Dirk was always spouting. They placed nothing but false hope in the minds of the people. And in the end, they were simply fantasies. Nayuda, how can you—
Talk to them!
Karma spoken. The dream of revolution has withered on the vine. Its fate is sealed. The other insurgents will soon wake from their shattered dreams. No, Dirk's dream can't die like this. I'm not going to sit back and let that happen. I can't, and I won't. Nayuda, don't forget that Dirk's been proven innocent. His name is no longer tainted by the charge of murder. Now the rebels and their sympathizers who have been calling for his release can't be charged with abetting the accused. So the revolution is far from over. It's only just begun.
Objection!
No, Dirk has not yet been proven innocent. You have merely indicated the possibility of his innocence. What do you mean? Dirk is indeed dead. However, what if it was Dirk who killed Minister Inga while being channeled by Miss Faye? And while the crime could have occurred at 2 p.m., you have yet to substantially prove it. Or do you have conclusive proof that the time of Minister Inga's death was at 2 p.m.? Well, no, I don't, but it seems further testimony will be required of me. As it would appear that I have fallen under suspicion, I would like to state my case. Prosecutor Sadmati, the rebellion must be snuffed out once and for all. You must prove Dirk Sadmati to be a foul murderer that he was, and every last insurgent and their sympathizers must be found guilty under the Defense Culpability Act, as you wish, Your Eminence. Why is Nayuda doing this? Gamma shouldn't have him under her thumb anymore, but Amara does. Amara's not a hostage, so what gives? Nayuda, it's left to chain you to her like this. Very well done, Queen Amara. Please proceed with your additional testimony. Alright, I think now is a fine time to end. It's like 2 a.m. now. I need to sleep. You have no proof. Well, we'll see about that. The next one. Hope Hopefully in the next one we can finish this whole case. We'll see. Alright, I'll save here. Solid stream. I do say it was solid as well. Thank you all for watching. Hope the rest of you thought it was solid as well. And I've been live for almost 3 hours. That's crazy. Yeah, you too, Zaya. Thanks for sticking around. Yeah, wish the rest of you a good night as well. Remember to take care of yourselves. Stay safe and be well. I'll be back on Sunday. Yes. To finish this up, hopefully. So look forward to it. But until next time. Bye-bye.